Good morning. Here are what I wish I knew when I moved out at 18 about achieving goals. I'm gonna be 21 in a few months, and a lot of Instagram posts popping up of some of my younger friends or my friends' younger siblings graduating now, and all their reflection posts, and it's cool to see. Because I can remember where I was a few years ago when I was graduating, when I was right before I turned 18, when I was 17. And I can remember the feeling of frightened freedom, of I'm finally free from this stage of school, but I need to go on to the next stage of school, of learning, whether that's going to college, going to trade school, pursuing your passions and learning. But when I graduated and I moved out, I had a lot of goals and a lot of things, and I've achieved a lot of the goals that I set back then, and a lot of them I haven't. And here are the things that I wish I knew. The first thing is alignment, and that is complete alignment with your goal. And it's not just complete alignment with your goal. Is your goal in complete alignment with God's plan and your plan? Because there's a difference between a plan and a goal. A goal is like a gas station on a road trip towards something. Your plan is the whole road trip. And obviously plans change. But are you in complete alignment with your goal spiritually, aka with God, in your prayer life? Are you mentally in complete alignment with your goal, or do you have some cognitive dissonance? Are you saying one thing but believing another mentally or subconsciously? And that takes some work. Are you in complete alignment with your goal physically? Are you actually working on the things that you need to work on? Or are you just going around saying this goal? Are you just writing this goal down? Are you just praying for this goal? Are you just writing this goal on your little whiteboard or whatever? Or are you actually working towards this goal? Because you can be aligned spiritually and you can be aligned mentally, but if you don't do the physical work of actually going towards that goal, you will not achieve it, at least not in the time that you want to. Faith without works is dead. If you want to prove your faith, you want to prove your mentality and your spirituality, do it through your physicality. And I didn't do that. Plain and simple. That's just the hard truth. Some of my goals I do not have now because, like this YouTube channel, for example, my goal was to be at like 10,000 subs or whatever and help a lot more people or whatever. But I wasn't in physical alignment with my goal. I didn't have consistent action towards it every single day. Now, I believed it, I prayed for it, but I didn't work towards it. That's the first thing, alignment with the task, with the goal. Now, some of the tips I have for alignment spiritually. 1, pray for your goal consistently. Always pray for it. You have not because you ask not, so start asking. And if you don't know what a goal to have or your purpose is, ask God consistently. Physically, what I have to achieve your goal in this physical world with your task is lock in and focus and optimize for focus and optimize for health. It's really hard to do the physical work when you're surviving off of Oreos and Coke, or you're in a constant high, and take that as you will, but you're in a constant high from pleasure, and you're constantly seeking pleasure. You will not be able to achieve your goal because it is painful to get to the things that you want to get to. There's a sacrifice you have to make. Time, energy, and attention. And you have to sacrifice your attention to other things to achieve your goal. And that's called focus. You have to sacrifice time on the game. You have to sacrifice time with your girl. You have to sacrifice time with your homies. You have to sacrifice time with your family. And I'm not saying turn into a complete hermit, because part of the joys of life is people. And sometimes you have to sacrifice actual relationships that you have and had for a while, because you and that person, A, grew apart, or B, they hate your goal. And you might have to say, sorry, I want this, bye. That's physical alignment. Mental alignment, write your goals down every single day. Put your goals as your phone wallpaper. Go on Canva and make yourself a really cool wallpaper with your goals. Write your top 3 goals down every single day. Have a dream board. Have a visual representation of what you want on the receiving end of that goal. Have a whiteboard and track your days achieving this goal. Or not. Some people argue about that. Whatever. Having constant reminders everywhere helps you stay locked in on this goal. But back to what I was saying about focus. Your attention can only be on so many things at once, and you have to log in. You have to focus. You have to sacrifice your attention on other things and dedicate it towards your task, your purpose, your plan. That's just how it works. And I wish I would have known this sooner. All right, I'm back. But I wish I would have known these things sooner, because I would have wasted way less time, way less energy, and way less attention chasing greener grass, and I would have stayed focused on my goal. And I would have not listened to a lot of people that were giving me advice about their life and not about mine. Because when you ask people for advice and they don't have the full context, and nobody does, and not even your parents, they only have context on what they wish they would have done, and they're giving you advice based off of their what ifs they had in their past. And you don't want to live in somebody else's what if. You want to live in your when can I. You want to live in here I am. You want to live I am, therefore I do. You want to live in I believe, therefore I become. That's the world you want to live in, not somebody else's past traumas and I wish my mama. No, there is no wish in this thing. There's only I decide, I conquer. I decide means I do. I cut off these and I do this. That is what I decide is. Decide and mean it and believe it and be aligned physically, spiritually, mentally. Give yourself the wallpaper, the dream board, everything in constant reminder to keep you towards this goal, to program your subconscious mind towards this goal. And this is the last point. You need 3 relationships. You need your mentor, someone who is ahead of you on the goal, someone who's been down the path you already want to go down. And if you don't have a mentor and you can't talk to people, or you don't know someone in town, or wherever you live, or wherever you're trying to be, there's people online. Make them your mentors in your brain. Have council meetings with your mentors and go towards this goal. If you do have someone who's in your environment that you would like to be your mentor, be kind, be nice. Don't talk to them selfishly. Be interested in them. Don't try to be interesting in yourself by showing them your elevator goal plan, because that's hit or miss. That might work, that might not. They might care about it, they might not. The second relationship you need is a warrior with you, a brother, someone who's on the same path as you are, who has similar goals on it, someone to hold you accountable, right? A friend, a brother. And the last thing you need is a mentee, someone who's only 2 steps behind you, that you can inspire, that you can help. And by having this, you have 3 points of accountability. You have someone who's 2 steps ahead of you, someone who's locked in with you on your next 2 steps, and you have someone with you who is 2 steps behind you to also hold you accountable. Because the feeling of that person who's a few steps behind you catching up to you and you don't have any forward momentum is quite, it's not a fun feeling, because you're like, oh my gosh, did I grow? Now, be careful with that though. Comparison is the thief of all joy. But as long as you stay productive on your task, you'll make it. Anyway, that's it from me. I've been Amos from Fear No Human. thank you guys for spending this time with me. I hope you guys have taken value from this. If you have, please hit like. If you hated it, please never watch one of my videos again. Just kidding, but really. And if you loved it, please subscribe and show it to one of your homies. I thank you guys for watching, and y'all have an amazing day. Love you all. God loves you. You can do it.